Hi everyone, Colin here. So glad you're able to tune in this time for this 20th video blog for Polyphonic. Um, I wanted to discuss very briefly, tell you about a conversation that I had with a fellow musician friend of mine. Um, that I've known not very long, but we talk pretty often. And my friend is an older African American singer and actor, and we were just talking one day, and we weren't talking specifically about the state of the black actor as it is today, but what we were talking about got me thinking about that subject, and I want to share my thoughts on that with you all this time during this entry. So my friend and I, we were talking about how his career has shaped up for him. By now he's over 50. He would like to step it up a little bit. He's done a lot of community theater since his stint as a child in New York. After that, he just kind of stuck around the community. He moved out of New York and he stuck in the community and doing a lot of that level theater and just not really going for it. But now he's at a point where he really wants to do it. He really wants to really go for the bigger jobs, the bigger theater. So and that for him that means moving back to New York and getting back into that lifestyle, that audition lifestyle, and networking, doing whatever it is that he needs to do to really become stable in the bigger theaters. And and I wanted to tie that in with being an African American in this business. It's you can look at it as being a little harder, than others, but everyone has it hard. But you just have to look at it in a certain way that will not bring discouragement upon yourself, but that will in fact do the opposite. The reality is it's really proportionate. There are a lot less black actors that you have to compete with. It's such a small world in general, but it's an even smaller world with black actors. And when you narrow it down to black actors going for this one role that is specifically for a black actor, then it's just proportionate. It's not necessarily any more competitive than any other audition experience. And so that's the tricky part about it. However, it is really hard. It is really hard when you go for when I say racially ambiguous roles, then it is really hard for us actors, for us black actors. But in that experience, you really do have to just go for it and not even think about that, because obviously if they're not asking for a racially specific actor, then that's something that's not part of the criteria in the first place. And in that regard, I find encouragement myself as a black actor, where it's easy to, if you're going for something like Porgy and Bess, if you're operatically trained, then number one, do you have the chops? They perform Porgy and Bess over in Europe with all European actors. and singers, and it works fine for them. Not a single soul sometimes is black, and it's a great show. It's a great production, and that's something that we all have to really keep in mind, to not to think within the box. And I think that's what a lot of us tend to do, and that holds us back. So it's important as black actors to recognize your disadvantages and your advantages. Find encouragement where you can, and use that as motivation. But don't hold it against anything, against anyone. And that's something that that you can use to your advantage in terms of whatever you're going for, whatever job, role, position that you're campaigning for. Find your advantages. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.